is the story, the fantastically true story of Herbert A. Philbrick, who for 9 frightening years did lead 3 lives. Average citizen, high-level member of the Communist Party, and counter-spy for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For obvious reasons, the names, dates, and places have been changed, but the story is based on fact. You're about to see the Communist Party's complete disregard for human rights as they effect their plan of sabotage.
Which brings us to the finish of the prepared message. The meeting is now open for suggestions, ideas, and discussion.
It's time we solved a very important problem.
And that is?
How are we going to keep people coming here week after week when the edifice is liable to collapse on them?
What makes you think the edifice is at the point of collapse?
The city engineer's report so indicates.
There is a vital weakness to this plan. Can any of you tell me what it is?
I think I can.
Please do.
Well, it may drive people out of the church, but it won't drive church out of the people.
Exactly right. Comrade Bert has missed the point completely.
You should reserve snap judgment until you find out what's behind my plan.
And what is behind your plan?
The condemning of a church edifice forces the congregation into a building program, a fertile field for discord and confusion.
Any further comments?
I still think the plan has a flaw.
I suppose there are no flaws in the ideas you've presented, comrade.
There'll be no personal arguments at this meeting.
Sorry.
And what is the flaw as you see it, Comrade Herb?
Well, a congregation forced into a building program by some calamity will get together. They'll work in unison.
That's right.
In order to create discord in a church, one half of the membership should be trying to force the other half into a church that they don't need.
Exactly right, and that is an important step in our overall program.
Which has remained unchanged since the inception of the Communist Party.
And which is simplicity itself. Mr. Citizen must stop going to church. Then Mr. Citizen must stop wanting to go to church. And finally, Mr. Citizen must stop thinking of church. Comrade Gary, as a leader in your field, do you have any ideas that might be helpful?
Well, of course, we are discussing the human mind, a highly unstable commodity. And as Comrade Philbrick has so ably expressed it, our aim is not to take away a man's church or his religion, but to persuade him to desert both of his own free will.
Philbrick is right. It's a meeting of the communist aristocracy. District leaders from different parts of the state. I can't tell what's happening from here, of course, but I'll make a contact with Philbrick after the meeting is over.
This is a problem of the human mind. Most humans are of the opinion that they do their own thinking. We must continue to let them think so.
Comrade Bresson, can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Well, it doesn't seem to me that any new facts are being uncovered here.
We're coming to that.
Well, my question is, what are we going to do about church going now that we haven't been doing for years?
To be perfectly frank, comrades, the things that we've been doing for years have been getting excellent results. We merely intend to intensify our campaign in that field.
In other words, we're going to concentrate on our anti-church campaign.
Let's put it another way. Let us say that we are embarking on a great church reform. And in so doing, we are going to enlist the aid of every member of the party.
Proper mental manipulation will go a long way towards separating a man from his church.
And if that doesn't work, we can start breaking legs and handing out matches.
You're crude, comrade. You'll never force a man to give up his belief in God until you've destroyed that belief. So this is our plan.
Ring 105. Now, the meeting is breaking up. I'll make contact with Philbrick, and then I'll come on in. See you then. session with the comrades, Philbrick, you could use a cleaning more than the car. But this is a good opportunity to pass your information along to Jerry Dressler, FBI. What happened? It's going to be open season on churches and religion.
It's been that for a long time.
Yeah, but now we're really going to bear down.
Along any particular line?
Yeah, along the lines of making a man so disgusted with his church that he'll quit of his own accord.
Is this a local idea?
No, national.
What specific steps are they taking?
Every undercover communist has been ordered to join a church.
When all the comrades go to church on Sunday, it's supposed to collapse?
That's the general theory, but just in case it doesn't work, the comrades are all under instructions to start a campaign of dissension, lies, gossip, tale-bearing.
And anything else they can do to start inharmony and strife among the loyal churchgoers?
That's right.
You know what makes it more dangerous is it isn't illegal.
So what do we do now?
Well, there isn't much we can do until we get something concrete to work on.
Yeah. Well, how about this? All the comrades in the state have been instructed to make a list of their own successful methods for disrupting churches.
Go ahead.
Then those lists will all be sent here to local headquarters for editing and general elimination of duplications.
Whose job will that be?
Mine.
Then what happens to them?
They'll be sent to national headquarters to educate the field in the gentle art of separating a man from his church.
Now we're getting somewhere. I'd like to get a copy of those suggestions to send to my national headquarters.
You got a deal. And I have a shiny, clean car.
So I see.
I'll be seeing you, Jerry.
Okay, Herb.
You mean you had the car, our car, washed?
Yes, darling. Yes, I did.
But Herb, what in the world happened?
Well, I was driving down the street, and I saw this car wash rack, and the next thing I knew, I was asking the man to please wash my car. Besides that, it gave me a chance to talk over today's meeting with Jerry Dressler.
Ah, the truth is beginning to come out. What about the meeting?
I was with Comrade Brisson and two other gentlemen of equal importance. Subject, intensification of the anti-church drive.
Speaking of church, Dr. Ewing called today.
Huh?
You've been appointed to the House and Grounds Committee.
Well, the commies will be pleased. They like us not only to be church members, but active church members.
But Herb, what does a member of the House and Grounds Committee do?
I don't know. I suppose he sees that the house stays on the grounds.
But it seems to me...
Now, darling, I know just what you're going to say, but I'm already neglecting so many jobs that to neglect one more won't make any difference.
But Herb, you don't neglect them. You work and try so hard. Let's not answer that. Just for tonight.
Darling, sometime we can afford the luxury of ignoring telephone bells, but not this time. Hello?
This is the B Radio Repair Service. Your set is ready.
Darling,
It's all right, Herb. I understand.
Thanks, Eva. You always understand. I'll see you later.
Come in.
Hi.
Come in, comrade. The response has been terrific. Look, when this information is sorted and circulated, we'll have a powerful weapon against church thinking.
Yes, I can see that.
Before we're through, we'll create such a reign of discord and confusion that the people will be so disgusted they'll walk out of church and never come back.
Well, would you like me to get started on this now?
There is no time like the present. And you know something else?
What?
Our churchgoer will think he's acting from a righteous impulse. He'll never suspect that these ideas are being planted in his thoughts by subtle propaganda. This time we've got them, comrade.
Can I use your desk? I'll need room to spread these out.
But of course.
You'll have to memorize the important letters, Philbrick. At least memorize the subject matter. You'll never get them to the FBI any other way. Look at each letter long and carefully, Philbrick. You've got to keep them in your thoughts till you can get to your secret room and make out your report.
Hello?
Is Mr. Philbrick there?
Yes, just a minute. I'll call him. Herb, telephone.
Coming. Hello?
Mr. Philbrick?
Yeah?
This is Mr. Loring of the Loring Landscape Company. You called me for some advice?
Oh, yes, I did. Let me see, where can I meet you? Do you know where Dr. Ewing's church is?
Yes, I do.
Well, I'm on the House and Grounds Committee there. I want to discuss some landscaping with you.
Gladly.
Can you meet me at the church, say in 15 minutes?
Yes, I can.
I'll see you there.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Like a top. In fact, I think I'm still spinning.
Breakfast is ready.
I'm too late, darling. I traded breakfast for 15 minutes extra sleep. Besides, I've got to meet Jerry.
But you shouldn't go without your breakfast.
I know, darling, but this morning I can't help it.
You just wait 1 minute. Drink this.
Oh, thank you, darling.
And if you happen to see Dr. Ewing, tell him I'll have you in church Sunday morning.
I'll be in church Sunday morning by order of the Communist Party. You know, that's what our highbrow friends would call a paradox. Bye, darling. Here are 14 of the most potent suggestions. All I could remember at one sitting.
Well, that should be enough to get the idea across. Herb, these letters will probably be used in a syndicated article to be published on Sunday. It'd be swell if someone could write a little article to go along with them.
By someone, you mean Herb Philbrick?
Could be.
Yeah, I guess I could. Something to the effect that the commies know that the church is the graveyard of communism. That's why they're so anxious to destroy it.
And there's another important point. It's part of the communist conspiracy to create splits and hatreds, not only in the churches themselves, but between the people of different religions. Religion against religion.
Well, I'll get something out for you tonight. That'll give them plenty of time to get it set up by Sunday.
Good morning, Mrs. Philbrick. Lovely morning, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is.
What have you done with your husband? I saw him sitting with you.
Well, when it comes time to enter the pearly gates, Mr. Philbrick will probably make it, but he'll be the last one through. Seriously, he's getting acquainted with the other members of the House and Grounds Committee. It seems the house is in good shape, but the grounds are a problem.
Oh, good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Nice sermon.
You, of course, remember the story of the man who wanted to know what the sermon was about, and his friend said it was about sin?
Yes, I think I know the story.
Well, I don't. Go ahead, Doctor.
Well, the man said the sermon was about sin, and his friend asked what the minister had said about it, and his friend rubbed his chin a minute and said, he's agin it.
Come along, Herb. If Dr. Ewing is as hungry as I am, he wants to close up his church and go to lunch.
I'm hungry myself. Goodbye, Dr. Ewing.
Goodbye, Mr. Philbrick. And I'll have that information for you later.
Oh, fine.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, folks.
Comrades Bert and Gary. Something's in the wind.
Oh, Herb, can't the comrades even let you alone on Sunday?
Darling, the Communist Sunday is just another day of the week. Here, take these. What's up?
Comrade Brisson wants to see us all at headquarters as fast as possible.
But look, it's Sunday. My wife...
Better just get in the car, comrade, and come along. We're in trouble. Deep trouble.
Don't sit down somewhere. There's a feature article in the Sunday edition of this newspaper, the first in a series of articles which states that the Communist Party is starting a general infiltration of the churches. Any comments?
Well, the obvious comment is, how did the papers know what we were up to?
Can any of you give me the answer?
I should like to put my answer in the form of a question. Is the fact that communists are infiltrating the churches a public secret?
No, it's no secret, actually. And this article can't possibly hurt the party or its plans one little bit. Would you like to know why? All right, I'll tell you. Because Mr. Average Citizen, if he reads the article at all, will shudder with indignation and promptly do nothing about it. He'll congratulate himself on the fact that he couldn't possibly be fooled by the communists. And there the matter will drop.
If what you say is true, comrade, and I have infinite respect for your analysis, why are we all sitting around as though the world's about to come to an end?
The world should come to an end for the traitor in our ranks.
Traitor?
That's exactly what I said.
But you also said there was nothing secret about our plans.
Exactly, comrade. But there was something very secret about these. These letters have been published in that article almost word for word. As a result, I'm going to refer each and every one of you to the Board of Review.
Now, wait a minute, comrade. You're being caught in your own trap. You've been ordered to spread dissension and disunity. Well, you're doing a swell job of it, only you're spreading them in your own party, and that's the wrong place.
What are you trying to say?
Every state in the Union is gathering these suggestions. Now, out of hundreds of possibilities, why are you so insistent on blaming us?
If the leak is traced to this state, I'll be responsible.
In that case, so will we.
But these articles have got to stop.
You said yourself they wouldn't do any good.
That is neither here nor there. If there's a leak in this territory, I'm going to find it. And if I do, I'm going to stop it. The meeting is adjourned. Get out. You first, Philbrick.
I'll wait for you in the car.
Sorry, comrade. We're not going in your direction.
Okay. Don't worry about me. I'll get home.
All right. Guys, Bert.
Where's Philbrick? On his way home, I guess.
Find him, bring him back here, and come back with him.
Something?
Yes. I've thought of a way by which we can clear ourselves with national headquarters.
How?
I'm going to demand an MVD security check on all of us. No matter which way it goes, it'll put me in a good light.
I don't know quite what you mean.
All four of us are going to sign a request for a security check. If we check out, the idea will reflect to my credit.
And if we don't?
I'll still get credit for being alert and trapping a traitor. Either way, I can't lose. Get Philbrick and bring him back here. Good.
Oh, hi, darling.
Oh, I was getting so worried. I'm so glad you're home.
Oh, my.
What happened?
Well, first the articles came out. Comrade Brisson was a little upset. Wait till he sees the next one. When the meeting broke up, Comrade Brisson was in what you might call a black mood. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see who it is. It's Dr. Ewing. Bless his heart, I don't want to talk to him now. Tell him I'm taking a nap or something. I'll call him later.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Oh, hello, Dr. Ewing.
Hello there. I won't keep you a minute, but is your husband home?
Yes, he's upstairs. He's taking a nap. I could call him, but...
Oh, I wouldn't think of it. Just give him this when he wakes up. Tell him I'll be in touch with him in a few days.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Ewing.
This may be the leak Brisson was talking about. Let's go.
Must have forgotten something.
We'll take the envelope.
This envelope?
That's exactly what we're looking for.
First, I'd like to know who you are and what right you have to force your way into my house.
I'm sorry to do this.
Wait a
Comrade,
minute. What's going on here? What do you want?
but We want the envelope.
Oh. Eva, darling, these men are comrades. We've got to give them the envelope.
Who was the man who handed you the envelope?
It was Dr. Ewing. He's a minister.
What business would a minister have with you?
Well, maybe you hadn't heard, comrade, but we're supposed to be cooperating with the churches. I believe in obeying party orders, don't you?
Dear Mr. Philbrick, here's the program for the next musicale. Could you have about 1,000 of these printed at the same low price you arranged for the others? Sincerely, Dr. George Ewing.
Well?
Could be code.
Oh, comrade, you've been reading too many books.
I'll answer that.
You will not. This is my house. Hello?
Did Bert and Gary find you?
Yes, they're here now.
Good. I want to see you all right away. I've just received a new urgent communication from party headquarters.
That was Comrade Brisson. He wants to see us all right away.
Our car is outside.
Nah, I'll take my own car this time if you don't mind. Save me another bus ride.
Circumstances alter cases. And the circumstance of the leak in party security has altered the case of the attack upon the churches. Our party leaders are afraid that the traitorous articles published in this newspaper might inflame the public against us. Therefore, they have called off the great church reform movement for the time being. At least until the traitor among us is captured and punished. Even then, there will be a period of waiting, for the public must be allowed time to forget. But this does not mean that we will be turned away from our purpose, comrades. On the contrary, we will continue to place loyal comrades in advantageous positions, so that when the time comes, we will strike again and again, until the only church remaining on its foundations will be the church in which the doctrine of communism is preached. When that time comes, a man's salvation will be measured by his loyalty to the party, and not by some devotion to an elusive and whimsical deity.
Comrade Brisson is right, Philbrick. The party will keep trying again and again. That's why you and a few million others can't stop watching. You can't stop watching for a single minute.
Well, Mrs. Philbrick, don't tell me your husband is delayed again.
That's right, the House and Grounds Committee again. It seems this week the grounds are okay, but the house is about to fall down.
At last.
Did you get my request for the programs, Mr. Philbrick?
Yes, I'll take care of them later in the week. And Dr. Ewing, that was a straight-from-the-shoulder sermon this morning, if I ever heard one.
I enjoyed it, too. It's seldom I use a newspaper article as the basis for a sermon. But something has to happen to wake people to the attack being made on our churches. You don't realize how severe it is.
No, I guess I don't.
But then, of course, you have a business to take care of and a family to look after. You can't be bothered with what the communists are trying to do.
Come along, Herb. Let's go home and take care of that family.
Yes, I'll be in touch with you, Doctor.
Goodbye. God bless you.
Publication of the procedure letters was a serious setback to party plans, but the church remains high on the list of communist targets. Next week, another story of communist activities from the files of Herbert A. Philbrick, counter spy, a man who for 9 years posed as a member of the Communist Party.